Okay, Corey here. I'm going to be doing this is part 2 of my review of the budget gun, Russian Mosin Nagant, as Americanized it is said. I'm going to be going over a few talking points, which isn't something I've done in the first video. I mainly talked about how the ammunition, you should buy non-corrosive. I did a comparison from the Mosin Nagant to average ammo, which would be the 30-30, as it is used as a ranch gun, such as the Mosin Nagant by some farmers in my area. That is not in other areas. Other areas, I'm sure they use it because it's milsap and reasons like that. But also 308 for people who use it as a hunting gun, which I wouldn't because it is a brick. It is extremely heavy. But that is just my thoughts. I mean, if you're someone who lives in a low-income family, or even if you just like guns like this. I have a buddy, his name is also Corey. He goes to my school, and his dad's a military guy, and he hunts with a German Mauser. So, I mean, it really depends on what you want to use it for. I mean, he's a guy who has tons of guns. I know for a fact he has an M1 Grand and multiple Remington 700s, nice guns. But his personal favorite hunting gun is his German Mauser. So, I'm going to start the review by starting it off with durability. Something that's extremely important to me. That and reliability, which are different words. And I'm actually going to start with reliability, because to me, reliability is the most important you can have in a gun. Because if it's not reliable, if this magazine right here is not reliable, and this bolt right here is not reliable, it will not feed guns right, or bullets right, I'm sorry. And if this ejector right here is not reliable, and the bolt will not close, or if the headspace is not reliable and the gun blows up, then we're going to have an issue. So, that is why reliability is the most important thing to me. I have 4 stripper clips set up here, and I'm not going to load this gun. But I've tested the stripper clips. They don't work well because they are cheapos. If you see, you can tell by this second little strand of this definite little mark. But I use these for storage. I do this, empty them, and I load them one by one. I don't actually use these stripper clips due to the fact that they're not reliable. But the gun is reliable. I've loaded round after round, ejected them all. The ejector is a little rough, which I don't like, but I have to take into consideration the age of this gun. This exact model is, I believe, 1943. So, it's an old gun. And that right there tells you about the durability. If this gun is sitting here in this condition, so that many years after, this is currently 2012, that many years after its creation, in 1943, released from factory, I have to say it's one of the most durable guns I've ever seen. And you have to give the Mosin Nagant that much, because it deserves it. I mean, they're old, they're really old, and you would think at this age and time they would be very fragile. And they're just not. They're extremely, extremely durable. And reliable as well. I cannot say its functions are reliable due to the fact that I have not shot bulk amounts of ammo. Ammo for me, I buy Monarch ammo, and I am limited to Monarch ammo, not due to the fact that that's all I can get. I know Remington sells it. But I know this is the cheapest in my area, and I have a buddy who can reload it. It's one of my dad's old friends who he used to do competition gun shooting with, and from what I understand, that 7.62 by 54 hour is not easy to reload, and he reloads it. So it's still $5 a box for me. I paid $7 for this, and I also paid $7 and $7 more. I paid 20 something in all. I have 3 boxes, and 2 of them are being reloaded right now because I've currently fired 40 rounds of it. So I'm probably going to buy, say, 10 more boxes, or maybe just a bulk pack and then I'll have enough to where I can get them reloaded and pay him a few dollars and still have it cheaper than if I was going to pay for it brand new. Something that is also reliable and very old is the magazine. Here's the magazine, and I have checked the grease, and I can still see cosmoline. And I talked to the guy at the gun shop or pawn shop that I bought it from, and he said you can dig in it for days, you can dig at it for months, and you'll still see cosmoline. So that's understandable why it's still here. But here's basically the magazine. I mean, this is the bottom of the magazine and the heel spring of the magazine. So you can actually keep the tension in the magazine good. You have the option to do that, take care of your gun. And then to put it back together, all you do is pinch it down and that opens up. And right here where this little bolt is, I will actually zoom this in if I can. Yeah, right there. You put the magazine in right here. It lines up perfectly. And there you go. One thing I do not like about this specific magazine, and I might just be this gun, I doubt it, due to the fact of the way it was built. I can tell that it's probably in other guns too, is the shake. If you're walking, you can hear this magazine a little bit, just a little. Not enough to warn an animal that you are trying to approach. Not, yeah, not enough to warn an animal, but enough to, you know, annoy yourself. And that's just something you're gonna have to live with. It's not something that's fixable, to my understanding. So next I'm gonna get to accuracy. Like I said, I've only shot 40 rounds through it due to the, not that it's expensive ammo, it's actually pretty cheap. It's less than half the price of 308 or 30-06. But the price isn't the problem. It's always sold out in my area due to the popularity of this. And I live in Sherman, Texas. Just to let y'all know, I do live in Texas, and it's even sold out around here. But out of the 40 rounds I've shot, unfortunately, I was not shooting at competition targets, and I was not shooting at a set range, so I did not save those targets. When I shoot at a set range, with this gun probably 75 yards, I will. And I was shooting probably 50 yards, maybe a little bit further, give a little, take a little, you know. And I was hitting at about an inch, maybe an inch and a half. I was bench resting, of course, because this gun does have a little bit of, I mean, by a little bit, I mean it does have a pretty good kick on it. Good recoil. I do like that, because I do like to shoot the bigger guns. I enjoy that very much. Trying to see what my time is. 8 minutes now. Okay. So as far as accuracy, great accuracy. Now I'm going to go to firepower. Now what I'm considering firepower is the actual load. I know nothing fancy considers firepower to be capacity, but I will get to capacity later. And as far as firepower, it shoots the 7.62 by 54R. It is between a 308 and a 30-06, and as far as ballistics. As far as the casing, or as far as the actual bullet, it's closer to a 30-06. As far as ballistics, to my understanding, it's closer to a 308. Unfortunately, it doesn't shoot as straight, ballistic-wise, as a 308. If you read a ballistic chart, you'll understand what I'm talking about. So that is the firepower. It's a 7.62 by 54R, and it's close to the amount that a 308 or 30-06 produces, close to as much energy. So thank you for watching part 2. Part 3 will be released just as soon. I will be ending this video pretty quickly. It's already 9:20, and I want to hurry up and start the next video. So thank you for watching.